PC. Today I'm making this tutorial for you guys. In today's tutorial we're going to talk about output streams. Output streams are similar to input streams in that it's a transfer of data from one spot to another, but in this case it's starting at the program and going usually towards the computer towards being so it can be stored in a file or something like that. Output streams are used in video games a lot when you're trying to save your progress. So when you exit out of the game, they'll often make a file that records where you are in the game, so that you can left off where you ended when you start playing again. So like input streams, they need to be handled for exceptions. So today we're going to create a score variable and look at storing the score value into a file. So let's see you guys in this tutorial. Alright, so let's get started. As always, I have the class and the main method already. We're going to need to import a few things for this. First off, we're going to import scanner again. So import java.util scanner. We'll be using that in a second. And we also need to import file reader. And we also need to import something called print writers. So we're going to be using all of these in our tutorial. What the goal is of this program is that we're going to input what we want to be added to the score, and then we want the score to be saved in a file. And the next time we run the program, input what we want to be added to the score, it'll be added to the score we already have. So we're going to create two variables, int score set equal to 0, and we'll be changing this to what we get from our file later, but for now we'll just make it 0, and we're going to create another one called int score add. This will be adding to the score, and we'll set equal to our argument or our input. So integer dot parseInt args 0. There we go. So now we'll do our input output stuff. So we'll have to go with and try and catch exception, and then it'll print out our error message. And don't forget semicolon. There we go. So now we'll start with our print and our input output stuff. So first we're going to read the file, and then we're going to write our value, or read file, write on file. Read file, write on file. There we go. So one thing that I wasn't able to overcome was that you have to have the file created first before you can read it. So if you tried to read the file and the file didn't exist, you'd get an error. It'll print out Mayday. What we're going to do is I'm first going to show you how to write it, and then we're going to run the program, and then it'll create the file for us, and then we can continue on, and there should be no errors. But just know that I am taking advantage of a loophole there. So before we write the file, we're going to add the score add to our old score value. So score plus equals score add. There. And now we want to print out our new score. So first off, we're going to create a new class or new object of print writer. We're going to call out set equal to new print writer. And the inputs for the constructor method are which file we're writing to, and its name, so put it in quotations, and the file writing is going to be called score.txt. Make sure you put something at the end there. You could also put DAT, I think, but we're going to use TXT for this tutorial, which is a standard text document you'll use in Notepad or this program. So, and then we're going to write our score to this new score.txt file. So we're going to say out.println our score. You should recognize this out.println from this down here. It's the same concept. In this part, we're grabbing out, which is our print writer class we just made, and in this case, we're grabbing the out from which is our standard system output. It's the same concept. Okay, then once you've printed that on the document, you have to close the output stream. And this is very important. When I was designing this tutorial, I actually got stuck here, so you can put down out.close. So yeah, very important. If you don't do that, it won't work. I got stuck. I had to look on a forum to figure out what I was doing wrong. There we go. We'll save it, and I'll compile it. Be sure to spell print writer the same both ways. There we go. Now I'll run it. Remember to put in your argument. There you go. It worked fine. At least I hope it worked fine. So now I'm going to open it, and you can see right here, score is now a file here. So I'm going to open it, and it said 5 right here, which matches up with what we inputted. So that works fine. And now I'm also going to add on. I'm going to print out our current score. Now we're going to set up a scanner to read the file, so our score variable will keep up to date. This is what we went over last tutorial. So first, creating scanner. In equals new scanner. Okay. And in the constructor method, you have to put in an output stream, and this is a file, not an output stream. So we're going to use another class to convert the file over to an output stream. So that'll be, create that class, new file reader. I'm actually not 100% sure why this works, but it works. The file reader is in the form of something that scanner that can be inputted in the constructor of scanner, and score.txt can be inputted in file reader. Something you need to do in order for it to work. Now we're going to set our score variable equal to the first line in score.txt. So score is equal to in.next int. There you go. Alright, let's go through this one more time. You got score set equal to 0. Then we got score add, which we will set our argument equal to the score add variable. And then we're going to read the file score.txt, and we're going to grab the first line, and we're assuming it's a number, and we're going to set it equal to our score variable, so the score will probably no longer be 0. And next we're going to add to score. So remember, score was our new score from the file, and add is the number we input. And then we're going to create a new print writer class, which will print on the score.txt file. And we're going to print our new score after our score add variable is added to it. Then we're going to close it to make sure that the operation finishes. And then we're going to print out our new score. So, compile it. Works fine. So if you look at score.txt, it says 5 right now. So if we run it, input 3. See, it says 8 because it adds 3 to our old one, 5, and it becomes 8. And if we try to open this, I get a message saying it's been modified, so I say I reload it, and it should say 8 right here. And yes, it does. So we can continue on, and the same process will hold true every time. And this way we're able to save our progress, and I'm sure you can see how this will be useful in games. So that's all for this tutorial. Stick around for the challenge to see if you understand it. today's challenge. What we're going to do is we're going to create a program where you can input either A or B. If you put down A, it'll say you input A 1 time, A say B 0 times, so 0% of the time you input it with that particular thing. So if I put down B now, it should say 50-50, and then it'll keep recording your scores and doing the math each time. So that's today's challenge. Hope you learned something. Here's the outro. You've just watched a SynForge tutorial. If you found it helpful, please like the video and leave a comment. This helps out my channel. If you found the challenge helpful, you can find more of them at my website, www.synforge.co. You can also find my games and my other tutorials there. With that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.